Yo, what's going on? We got Convos with Cam, episode 4. This one is going to be the cheat code for entrepreneurs because I got my guy Alex coming on here to talk about virtual assistants. Listen, virtual assistants is a cheat code. If you don't know about virtual assistants, you're going to want to tune into this live, right? So I'm going to bring my guy Alex up here. Let's get situated. Just to make sure if you're watching a replay, drop a money bag in the chat, drop a money bag in the comments, so I know you tuned in to watch the replay. Let me get Alex up here. He's gonna drop a bunch of games. And we're gonna get to it. Make sure. Yo, wifey on here. What's up? Demon Low Hermosa. Share.
Yo.
What up, bro?
You hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. You want to see win, making sure people share this. How people want to see win in 2023. Oh, I'm going to put 2013. 2013. Oh, we got wifey in here.
Oh, what's up, wifey?
Yo, you invited to the wedding. You just know that. Yo, listen, so I'm super hyped for this one because, listen, virtual assistants have changed my life.
Yeah.
You know, everybody knows how highly I speak of Mike. My girl's definitely familiar with Mike. She knows how much he saves my ass, when it comes to handling stuff on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Entrepreneurs, I think they're crazy if they don't have a virtual assistant, especially if they want to be a CEO, right? If they don't, want to own a job, they want to actually operate as a CEO, right? Just call the shop, stuff like that, and kind of take a back seat and let people who are experts in their specific field, do their thing, right? So I definitely want to break down, virtual assistants. I got mad questions here. Yeah, Mike the man. She already knows. Mike is the man. So, yeah, we're definitely going to break down virtual assistants, but I definitely want to hear about, your backstory, right? Because you obviously didn't start, with virtual assistants.
So
basically,
it worked like that. To sum it up quick, I bought this virtual assistant, started a credit repair company, started using the virtual assistant for that, realized how awesome it was, and then I started using them for my real estate, and it 4x'd my money in real estate, and I was like, holy shit, why have I not been doing this? And now I'm working with several real estate agents at Sirhan. Sirhan is, Ryan Sirhan from $1 Million Listing.
Of course.
A whole bunch of my people with his agents and also with his tech team now. Just talking to 2 agents today. And it's a game changer, man. I think as an entrepreneur, when we start out, most people have no idea what they're doing, right? And what this does, right? Instead of it taking you maybe 7, right? So the CEO of Coke was talking, and he basically said it takes 9 years to brand a business, right? From typically start to finish. Well, if you have a team and you know what you're doing and you're an entrepreneur, you can make it happen much faster. There's a lot of stuff that we need to do, and it's literally impossible to do it by yourself. And the longer that you wait to build your team, the longer it's going to take to make money. So I started using it for real estate, and within 30 days, I was making more money. Just this week, I did a couple rentals. We made $15,000 this week in rentals, and I didn't even meet any of those people. And those 3 people are going to turn into sales, and those, $15,000 will turn into $100,000. Yeah. Right. And that's just my team staying in touch with these people. And I'll post the money so people can see their receipts. But yeah, I think as entrepreneurs that also we kind of pick and choose what we're going to do because we can't do everything. And sometimes you can't do that. You need to take all your leads and be able to reach out to them, set up the automations and set up your CRM. And most people that I talk to, they don't even have a CRM. They don't know what the hell a CRM is. And they don't know how to use it.
We're going to get into Yo, Nikki, what's going on? Mr. Smith, what's going on? That's fired, right? So you started with real estate. Real estate, right? Of course, still doing real estate.
Still doing real estate. And that's why I work with a lot of real estate agents for the VAs. The way we do our program, we have a managed VA program.
Okay.
So typically when you get a virtual assistant, you just hire one, you pay an hourly rate, and you just go. So with us, it's completely different. We do something called a managed VA program. So the managed VA program, we basically set you up and we give you free business development with the program. So
Okay.
we'll set up your tools. We'll show you how to use them. Typically, you have no clue and you don't really want to know. That's why you have a virtual assistant, so you don't have to do the bullshit.
That's a fact.
And then what happens is you see infinitely, you see your business grow.
Yeah.
The simple thing as setting up a freaking database that has automations, now they're linking it to AI and all these different things. It's a game changer. Most people's biggest problem is not that they're not getting leads. It's that they're getting the leads and they're not doing anything with them.
Yep.
Right? They'll get them and after 30 days, they'll forget about them. And typically you got to touch somebody 10 to 12 times before you close a deal. So 3 to 6 months it might take to close a deal. And if you're getting, say, 50 to 100 leads a month, you have 600 leads after 6 months. Who the hell's staying in touch with these people? And what's your game plan to stay in touch with them? And 99% of people don't stay in touch with their clients.
Right.
And that's why they never have continued business.
Listen,
you
follow,
know?
right? The money's in the follow-up. But I definitely want to highlight, right? Because like one thing I love about your program that separates you from a lot of people is that you have a managed VA system where it's like you help them like hold their hand throughout the whole process, right? When we first got our VAs, I mean, yeah, we had a little help, but it was pretty much like, all right, here's a VA, like learn how to do it yourself.
Figure it out.
And it was super hard for me in the beginning because I didn't know what to give Mike. Like Mike is there and he has all these hours that I'm paying him for, and I don't know what to like tell him to do and stuff like that. So you know, what I love about your program is that like you actually give people guidance and you actually you know pair them with VAs that's best fit for their specific company. Because I think the hardest thing also too is hiring VAs, right? So if you're just getting on here, right, we're talking about virtual assistants. Listen, hiring VAs is a headache. You got to go through the interview process. You got to vet them. You got to do background checks. You got to, bro, there's a list, there's a laundry list of stuff you have to do, and you still might not even hire somebody, right? So just imagine spending all this time hiring, you're doing background checks. You got to find out if they're even legit. You have to worry about if they're going to, run away with some of your clients or where. There's so much you have to worry about.
There's so much. First of all, right? If you don't know a culture, why are you messing with the culture, right? Like you trying to hire somebody from another country, like how are you doing that, right? You go on to websites like Fiverr and all these companies, right? And the biggest mistake typically people do is they hire part-time and then they find out this part-time employee is working for them for 3 other people. And you don't know who they're working for. You don't know what information you're giving them. And then also, how are you watching them? We have a system that we use that takes 200 pictures of them. And of the 200 pictures, it's in their computer, right? So we download the software so we see everything they're doing. Because a lot of the times the people that we hire are amazing, but people overwork their employees like they do everywhere. So we hold the client accountable, but also to hold the VA accountable. We typically run through about 150 interviews. Of the 150 interviews, they're interviewed by my HR team. We have a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week team. The reason we do that is because we're working on another time zone. 1/3 of the economy really is working with entrepreneurs already. They're working overnight. You have 1.3 million, VAs working for Americans, right now as we speak. So they understand the culture, but we don't understand their culture, right? I think one thing we forget about as Americans is that we're super abrasive, right? We might say things to people that come across like, oh, whatever, they don't care. But to them, it's like, oh my God, he hurt my feelings. And a little thing like that, they'll quit. They'll just up and not show up the next day because they'll think this guy's an asshole, I'm not showing up. Those little things we help coach you with, right? And we also hire people that might have 10 or 15 years experience that know what tools you need. If you're in a real estate VA, we hire someone that might have been doing it for 10 years and they'll teach you things. There's so many things people aren't doing because they don't know. But as far as hiring overseas, there's so much involved, and we hear so many stories like, I had a VA, it didn't work out. Why didn't it work out? Because you don't know what you're doing. That's why it didn't work out. You don't know how to hire, it took us 2 years, like when I started this business, to learn how to hire the right people. We had to know what questions to ask them. In the US, when you interview people, you're not asking them like, oh, so what's your family like? Do you have a kid? How many kids you have? Who's going to take care of the kids? Where are they living? Do you have a crazy ex-husband? Is he going to steal your computer and in the middle of the day not give it to you so you can't come to work? Is this person abusive? Those crazy questions you don't think to ask, right?
Yeah.
Because in America, we can't ask them. But I can ask them, and I know to ask them, and I take receipts on everything. I want to know everything that's going on because we don't want any turnover. The biggest issue that American business owners have, entrepreneurs, is they have turnover. 50% of the people they're going to hire are probably going to quit in 3 months, right? So you're seeing this in the restaurant industry. You're seeing this in every industry. If you hire the right Filipino, they will be there for life.
Bro.
They're going nowhere. You are literally, your kids are going to grow up with their kids, right?
You're a god.
What's that?
I said, you're a god to them. Like, Mike views me as like this, like he puts me on like a pedestal. Like, yo,
yeah,
we're the same. Like, you're just as much of a contributor to the business as me, right? But they just have so much respect. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not really sure what the difference is. I guess it's the culture, like between us and them, but they have like such a crazy respect factor for their boss. And they actually like want to show up to work and they want to help you out. Not like, you know, here in America, it's like, oh, damn, it's Monday again. Like, yo, Mike is excited to show up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, these guys run your whole business. You got a guy asking for help for a VA for a credit repair.
That's my guy.
VA credit repair business right now, I charge $300 a month and we just pump clients out all day. And it's on auto, right? Because they know how to do everything and we have the system already done. That's how I started with the VA. But yeah, I mean, they do everything. I don't do anything. I actually don't know how to even use our CRM for the credit repair company. I have no idea how to use it. So if somebody asks me on the weekend to sign up, I always tell them they got to do it on Monday.
Do it on Monday.
They got to do it on Monday. I don't take any calls now unless I have my team on. And the reason that is because I'm working on a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm not taking notes. I'm not writing anything down. I don't send emails out. We use something called Total Brokerage, which is our CRM. Okay. I have no idea how to use it. I don't know anything. And I don't want to know because I come up with ideas. I figure out what's working. I work with the marketing team. We also have a back-end team now. We have our own tech team. I think that what people are not realizing is that AI and software is happening so fast now.
The future.
That a lot of small businesses will need their own in-house tech team because they will need to run the CRM, add in the different components. And if you don't have that, you're going to get left in the dust. I think in the next 5 years, you're going to see virtual assistants with college students. Think about this, right? If you are going to university, right, and you need tutoring, it's about $70 an hour. Well, I can get you a tutor for $12 an hour. Yeah. How much money you save if you don't have the money to study calculus, if you don't have the money to study this? So right now, we're trying to get a program right now into the inner city schools to save them money on tutoring across the country. That's something I'm working on right now. But there's a lot of politics, right? But there's so many ways that you can use a VA, and the Americans, we don't know. We don't know how this can change our life in so many ways. Like I can see single, mothers that don't have time that are too crazy. They can set up all these appointments. They can do what they want. I mean, there's so many ways to use this that it's not being utilized. But once you start using it, it's like a drug. And you're like, yo, I'm going to automate this and this.
Yeah, look, like, bro, when people tell me they don't have virtual assistants, like, yo, bro, you're crazy for not having one. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, any entrepreneur that doesn't set up a team right away, every day that goes by, he's losing money, right? Yeah, if you can't sacrifice $12 an hour with the system that I'm giving you, with the tools, and I'm giving you years of what we did that we screwed up on. You know how many times I fucked up? You know how many CRMs I switched? Do you know how many client calls that I messed up? I mean, what's that?
Nah, like, I got like first, what do you call it? Like first-hand experience of you going through CRM after CRM. Like, yo, Chris, this is not working. You gotta switch. Yo, Chris, I'm using this one now.
Yeah, so we're giving our clients that, like, oh, you're in this business, then you should use this CRM. Because you're not gonna go through the year of pain that we went through, but I'm gonna give you all those tools that work and that we're using for lead generation. Because it doesn't matter what business you're in. Marketing's the same, lead gen's the same, it's all the same. Right now, we're developing a funnel that's going to work for a whole bunch of industries. So I'm going to put you on with my funnel team, so you don't have to go spend 10 grand on a funnel and try it and it doesn't work because we're using it and it works.
Yeah.
Right. So all those little things come with my VA program, my managed VA program, which is the game changer.
Yeah.
People want you to pay extra for them. I put the price so I can give it to every entrepreneur so they can scale their business. And when they scale their business, they can do it for an affordable cost. So they're not getting hammered, right? Because once you add somebody on, you're going to want to add somebody else and somebody else, you know, and it starts growing. But once you have that team, you know, I think I saw 50 Cent say the other day, you know what separates the millionaires from the billionaires? They have a team. And they have people doing stuff. And if you don't have a team, you just can't grow, right? And if you can get a team for $24,000 per employee per year, like you could have 6 of those for what you pay one employee in the United States. I mean, it's a game changer. We have lawyers, we have doctors, we have scribes for doctors, we have, these are all industries. The whole back end for the fraud department for Chase is in the Philippines, right? Yo, like Netflix, 90% back end is in the Philippines.
Yo,
you know?
How many times? Yo, and drop a 1 in the chat if you guys can relate. Oh, first off, we got Food Truck George. Alex is the go-to for VAs.
Yeah, well, for the managed VAs, we're not just giving you a VA, George. We saving lives out here. We're saving entrepreneurs so much goddamn time. That's what we're doing. And essentially why we do this is so you can come in and you can work 2, 3, 4 hours, and then you can go hang out with your kids. You can go on the trip. You can make money. Because really what we do is we give people peace of mind. We give them peace of mind all goddamn day. Because right now I sent out 3 contracts to 3 agents at Sirhan, and I didn't write anything in them. They sent me a screenshot of what I wanted and they sent them. And typically I don't even do it. On my discovery calls with clients, you have a sales team? My sales team is my team. I'll hop on for 10 minutes. They sell everything. Do they have accents? People always ask us. No, I have tons of VAs with no accents. You want somebody with no accent? They sound better than you. You know, people are like, oh man, they're calling. I have somebody in Atlanta. I need somebody with no accent. I'm like, yo, you have a country-ass accent. They sound 10 times better than you do. If you over here complaining to me, you shouldn't answer the phones. You know, I think people don't know. Americans, I think, what is it? 70% Americans don't have their passport or something like that. So they don't travel, right? I mean, how many Americans have been to Asia? How many people have seen the world? They don't realize how educated these people are. Most of the hospitals are filled with Filipinos that are nurses and they're doctors and all these different things. Like, these are smart people. But we just don't know. You know, we don't know because we don't know.
You have to move like these bigger companies, right?
100%.
So, yo, listen. Just think about this, right? Drop a 1 in the chat if you ever call customer service. They said press 1 for English, and it's somebody that has a heavy accent. You press 1 for English, and it's somebody from India.
Yeah, typically, that's India, right? So our funny thing that we're always talking about is like, I don't know who hires these Indians. You can't understand it. And there's nothing against them, but they're and also typically Indians they're paid really well. Right now is the first time, like in history, that Indians that used to come here to this country are staying in their country because they're making more money. Everything's shifting to the country out of China, right? But the Philippines really doesn't have any industry, right? There's really nothing going on. So these people's life is to work for us. Like, how are you know, and you're helping them. And what we always talk about is, like, people come to me like, oh, I want to hire an American, da-da-da. I'm like, listen, you're broke. You have no money, right? Chris right here is going to help you get funding for your company, but you need to pay that funding off in a year, right? So what are you going to do? You need to hire 4 or 5 people to build that team. Once you build that team, you can hire an American employee. You can do all that. But where you hire an American employee that for $24,000 a year, that's going to be an executive assistant, because most of the big executive assistants that you live in New York City, you're spending at least 150 to 200K on them. That's what they want, right? Because it costs $3K for an apartment.
Yeah, but break that down, right? Because you have different types of VAs. And I've seen a couple people on. I was like, hey, listen, I need a VA and stuff like that. But there's a difference between like a virtual assistant and executive virtual assistant. Mine's an executive, right? So he does a little bit of everything. He's the GOAT, right? So kind of just break that down a little bit. So
basically you have your VAs. Typically the 4 industries are We have like 4 things that we really service. We have an executive assistant that does a little bit of everything. You got your regular personalized VA that's going to be like social media management, right? That's a huge one. We do a lot of those. Marketing. You want someone that's heavy on the marketing and the analytics. You're going to have someone like that. And then you also have someone that's a lead generation VA. And then also, like I mentioned before, your tech VA. Those are really important ones. And then we also, if we have lawyers, right? Yeah. We get paralegals for lawyers because the Filipino law system, it was an American colony until 1948. So their law system is pretty much identical to ours. So if you're an attorney, attorneys don't do the work anymore. If you hire an attorney, you're paying him $2,000 an hour. He's probably having a paralegal do it. He's playing. He's not doing anything. He's going to look at the final product, if he even does, and say, okay, this is good. You know what I mean? They're not doing anything. And that's the future. That's going to be happening more and more in all industries. So yeah, so those are really the four big ones: marketing, lead gen, social media, and executive assistant. Everyone that always starts needs an executive assistant. You need someone as an executive assistant. Why? Because, like, you know, in the food chain, you got your keystone that holds everything together. They're going to hold everything together. And the whole idea of this game is that you want to hire one person, and they're going to train every single person that comes on. So your executive assistant, exactly, will know everything all about you. And as you scale, as you build, as you grow, they'll do everything. They'll do the hires. They'll talk to people. They'll source everything. My whole team right now for my funnel and marketing that we're building right now, and you know all this, I've never talked to these people. I have no idea who they are. I have no idea who they are. They did all the research. They found everybody. They talked to them. They're doing all the calls, and they're going to come out to me with the finished product. Because do I want to be on the phone with them for 10 calls for an hour? No, I want to be talking to clients, making money, right? So the less that you're front facing with clients and doing this back end crap that you shouldn't be doing, the less money you're making. So it's so important to like be doing what we're doing right now, talking about what we do and how it can help you, you know? So.
All right. And if you take guys, I mean, it's a crazy example, but if you take guys like a Jeff Bezos, he's not fulfilling orders on Amazon. He's not customer. He's not doing all that tedious stuff because he's the CEO and he's in the position he's in because of the fact that he's able to replace himself, right? And you can't unless you have a team of VAs and things like that, you know?
Well, I think that's a great point. And what most entrepreneurs don't think about, the number one thing they think about is lead generation, right? But they don't think about the most important thing. And the most important thing for every entrepreneur are his SOPs, you know, standard operating procedures, right? If you don't have your systems in place, you get a client, what do you do with the client? What's your next step? Most of them do not have a next step. They will call, they'll send a text. People, they won't put it on an Excel sheet because that takes too much time. Most people don't even know how to use a goddamn Excel sheet. And they won't put it in a CRM because they have no idea what a CRM is, right? So what do you do with that lead? We're constantly talking to people. Every time I get a phone number or an email or whatever, I'll text it, I'll send it to my team, and they'll put it through our system. Hey, this is a guy I met. This is his name. These are the 10 people for the day. Put them in. They go here, blah, blah, blah. So our systems are set up that way. We have something called modules. And inside your CRM, you have like module 1 for this guy that wants to do this, module 2 to this client. So as you put them in and you set through your automations, for the next 6 weeks, they're going to have automation saying, hey, Brian, what's going on? I was just thinking about you, wanted to touch base. But that's the touch, right? They don't know it's not you because we use a digital phone number, and that digital phone number sends them a text message, or I'll send them an email, or I'll send them something. But that right there is the game changer that most people aren't doing. You know, this simple thing as recording the information that you get. Most people just talk to people and then forget about them, and then they wonder why their business isn't happening. You know?
Nah, for sure. Like, how many people can really say like their step-by-step process from beginning to end, from a lead to fulfilled service or fulfilled product? Not too many people can tell. And that little chunk is those SOPs. So you can't hire somebody if you don't even know what they're supposed to be doing, right?
Correct.
Lead to service client and stuff like that. We got a few people on here. Hit that drop down on the top left. If you're following me and you're not following Alex, make sure you follow my guy Alex. He's a beast. When you know, just in general when it comes to entrepreneurship. Super consistent when it comes to the gym. You know, he's definitely a mentor to me as well, you know, just from his experience, you know, just his knowledge, you know, the losses that he's taken and bounced back from and stuff like that. all the crazy stuff he's been through, right? That he's able to
Yeah, I can talk about my dating life next time. That will be a whole movie.
Bro, that needs to be a documentary, bro. But
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate you, bro. I know we did have a few people that said that they were interested in VA, so I definitely took their contact down. So
Yeah. Listen, every entrepreneur, regardless if you use us or use somebody, you need some guidance how to set up your team. Stop fucking doing things and wasting time. There's a tremendous amount of wasting time in the entrepreneur community because we don't want to invest in something that makes sense. Obviously, do your due diligence, but hire someone that's going to give you guidance. Yeah. Don't just get 7 CRMs. Talk to someone that has the experience that can guide you to a CRM that makes sense for you. You know what I mean? Do things that make sense for you. Somebody there was talking about an e-commerce before. We do a lot of that. You know what I mean? You have to figure out what team works for you, but get yourself an executive assistant now. Like, set it up now. Get going now. It's a game changer. What do we call it, Chris? A life hack? It's a life hack.
It's a VA's a life hack.
It's a life hack.
I'm telling you right now. Yo, before we jump off, so what services you got right now? Like, we kind of broke down the managed
Yeah,
VAs.
so basically it works like this. We charge $750 to get started. It includes a week for free. In that week for free, we train everybody. It also includes your interviews. That's all part of the process. Obviously, you need a little skin in the game to play. It's $750. If you break it down, it's pretty cheap. And then we charge $12 an hour. You get 40 hours. They get an hour lunch break, 2 15-minute breaks. We treat it like, if you're an entrepreneur, you need to treat your business like a business. I think the biggest problem is you guys go to 9-to-5s. You need to treat your business like a 9-to-5 that you own. You are the new owner of a 9-to-5. Yep. So you need to treat your business like a 9-to-5. We help you create an employee handbook. When you're an entrepreneur and you put a team together, do you have an employee handbook? What happens if somebody shows up late? What happens if somebody doesn't do their job? How are you going to discipline them? Are you going to give them a coaching call? Probably not, because you're going to suck at it. So we're going to help you do all those things to make sure, yeah. Because a lot of times owners of the companies, they'll talk to their staff and they'll talk to them like, yo, you can't show up late. You do that again, you're fired. That's not how you approach it, right? There's certain things that happen in people's lives, and we got to approach things in the correct way. But you have to know how to approach it. So the time that you will save with your employee handbook, your SOPs, all the things involved, you need that set up so you have that foundation. If not, you're like fucking up and fixing, and then you're not organized. It's a disaster.
Now you're gonna pay for time than money too, right? And time is more valuable than money, as we know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, time is money. Literally, if you set up your business right, within 6 months, you should be killing it. But most people take 5, 6, 7, 8 years because they want to make the mistakes, because they want to micromanage, because they don't want to allow people to do their jobs that they hire. And most people don't hire right, like we said, right? They don't hire the right people either. So there's a lot to be done. So hire somebody that can help you do 90% of it, and that's the thing.
For sure. Listen, before we jump off, I definitely appreciate you, bro. I definitely got to tap in because I got to expand my team, right? We definitely growing faster than we kind of expected. Mm-hmm. So I definitely need Mike to get some help. Listen, if you're out here, my guy Alex broke down. He's a beast when it comes to virtual assistants. If you don't know what a virtual assistant is and you're an entrepreneur, you're doing yourself.
Manage virtual assistants. We don't want to confuse them with all the people that are like, here's your VA. Okay, see you later. What I mean? We don't want to do that. We want them to know that, we're here to help you. We're here to walk you through all your tools, your systems, and we're here to coach you, right? We're kind of like coaches for entrepreneurs, and we might not know your business in and out, but we're going to show you how your business to get started, because every single entrepreneur has the same structure in the beginning. That first 20, 30%, everything's got to be set up the same.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Do you have, right before we jump off, do you have any final words for the people about virtual assistants, entrepreneurship, both?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the most important thing is to stay focused. I think for me, what kept me the most focused, as you were talking about the gym before, starting off your day that allows you to focus yourself in, right? I think that I start out my day going to the gym. I think a lot of people do. And then I have a structure and a routine. Having a team allows you to have that structure more. Having that structure is so important, especially with a guy like me. I have ADHD that helps reel you in. and hire someone that works to your weaknesses.
Yeah.
I think that as extroverts, we want to hire someone that matches our energy. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Hire someone that doesn't match your energy, because when you have somebody like a question. Today I had a VA issue. I said, what's going on? How can we fix this? I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. And then she said to me, sir, I don't think that's a good idea. And I was like, well, tell me why. And then when she broke it down, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Right? Yeah. Because as Americans, we want to be like cutthroat. This is not going to happen. Fuck you. See you later. And honestly, that's what we do. We save, like, she just saved me from probably losing an employee and being an asshole. Right? They saved us from ourselves, right? There are better halves in a weird way, you know? So yeah, hire someone that works to your weaknesses. I would definitely say that's the best thing you can do.
Yo, I love it. Listen, you can't end it no better than that. Alex, I appreciate you, bro. We definitely got to tap in. Definitely got a lot more lives to do for sure.
Yeah. We gotta talk about all these things, and I want to meet up with more entrepreneurs and see how we can help them with their businesses, whether they use us or not. I want to point them in a good direction. If they can't afford it, we can work something out. But you guys, it's really important to have a team around you and start building right away. You can't do everything yourself. It's impossible. There's so much bullshit stuff that we do every day as entrepreneurs. You need help, and your sister or cousin or mom is not your help. You can't hold them accountable.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Yo, I appreciate you, bro. Yo, listen, we definitely gonna tap in. We definitely got to do a part 2, right? Because I think there's definitely a lot more knowledge that you could definitely share. And help other people kind of on their journey, you know, especially young people like myself. Like I said before, you know, you've been such a dope mentor for me, and you know, I'm super grateful for you to be able to have, you know, somebody that I could just, you know, call it, yo, Alex, this is kind of going on, and you kind of, you know, kind of level me out and stuff like that. Yo, so once again, we'll do. Thanks for the live and the connection, Cam. Come on, bro, you already know. I only bring people up who add value, you know, because I would not want to put somebody on to somebody that I wouldn't vouch for or use myself, right? So, yo, before I jump off, listen, once again, make sure you hit that little drop down on the top. Make sure you follow Alex. Alex is a beast, you know, when it comes to managed virtual assistants. He doesn't just give you a virtual assistant like, hey, listen, go and learn yourself. He's going to train them. He's going to interview them. He's going to guide you through the whole process and some, right? So you definitely need a team if you want to go far. What's the quote? If you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go with a team. And the team, you definitely need to tap in with Alex so you can build your team as an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
Alex,
it doesn't matter what you do, Chris. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. Like the teamwork makes the dream work. It doesn't matter, you know. So
that's a fact. That's a fact. Yo, Alex, I appreciate you.
Talk to you,
bro. Take care.
Thank you.